Hey guys, how y'all doing? Today I am filming an Empties video and I have been putting off this video for so long because I have one particular product that is just taking me forever to get through, and I thought, you know, when I get through this, I will then film my Empties video. I don't know why it's like that product had to be empty before I showed you the rest of my Empties, but I just gotten to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how much longer this one product is going to last me, so I'm just going to show you guys my Empties now before this video gets way too long, because my Empties videos I feel are always like 20 minutes long. By the way too, I know my hair looks kind of gross today. It's in need of like a serious recolor. It's also second day hair, so it's kind of like a little bit limp and lifeless. I really need to get some dry shampoo up in here. Speaking of hair, kind of going off on a little tangent here, I am super excited for what I'm going to be doing to my hair. I'm going to leave it a surprise because it's way different. Like, it's not going to be this kind of reddish burgundy color anymore. I'm going to do something completely out of the norm, so stay tuned for that. I am super excited. I really hope it turns out the way I'm thinking it will, because if it doesn't, then I'm going to be really disappointed, but we will see. Anyway, on to the Empties. I have all my Empties here in my little Bath & Body Works bag. So we'll start here with the first item on top. This is the Bliss Fabulous Skin Reviving Rubberizing Mask. Here is what the packaging looks like. It just comes in like a cardboard kind of box. I got this from TJ Maxx. It says compare at $28. I've seen this online for around $40, so I actually feel like if you can get it for $28, that's a really good deal. But I was able to pick it up for $14.99. Now, I have had this stuff since I think October or November of last year. In this box there are 6 masks. I was going to say that there's only 6 masks, but 6 masks is quite a bit, especially considering I got it for 15 bucks. The Bliss masks are just amazing. They really do amazing things for your skin. I am always really on the fence when it comes to face masks because it's something that you're leaving on your skin for a really long amount of time, so it's either going to do something really good or it's going to do something really bad. And so I really am picky about my face masks, and this is by far my favorite. Even the one that I mentioned in my last favorites video that I got from Sally's, the Beyond, what is it? It's like the clay mask. I forget the exact name, but even that I don't think holds up to this. Although I do like that mask a lot and it's been a recent favorite, this is my all-time favorite. It just draws out any impurities in my pores without breaking me out. It makes my skin so freaking soft and so smooth, and it's not like one of those things where I put on the mask, you know, I take it off and then it's just like for that night or for the next day my skin looks really good. Like for a week my skin will just look awesome until it's time for me to do another one. I feel like my skin has never looked better when I was using this, so I am so sad that it's out, but I'm not wanting to spend the money, like the $40 that it is on like the Sephora website, even though I love it and it's really good and I think it's worth it. I just can't afford that right now. So if I ever find it at TJ Maxx for $15, I will buy every single one that they have because it is so good. It has seaweed, bilberry, vitamin C. It's just, oh, I love this stuff so much. And if you're wondering why I've had it for so long, you guys know I had my surgery and I was recovering for about 3 months. Like, it was an intense major back surgery. So for that whole like 3 months, I really didn't do any face masks, any kind of special treatments. I washed my face, but even then it was like soap on a washcloth because I couldn't like bend over a sink or anything. So I just wasn't into using anything really extraordinary on my skin. So this got put away for like 3 months, which is why I've had it for so long. If I'm to repurchase it, it'll probably last me like 2. I just really love it and it's good stuff. On to a shaving cream that I used up. This is the Gillette Satin Care Sensitive Skin. I think shave gel or shaving cream, whatever you want to say. I really like to buy stuff that's really moisturizing and is good for sensitive skin because, as I mentioned in my Cheryl Lee MD skincare review, I have very sensitive skin, and especially when I'm shaving, I am so prone to getting nicks and bumps and, you know, red patches and stuff all over my legs. This wasn't my favorite. I wouldn't repurchase this. I really like the, gosh, what is it called? I like those really annoying commercials that are at the beginning of every beauty video. It's not Satin Care. why can't I think of it? Skintimate, there we go. You know, like the really annoying Skintimate commercials that have been like everywhere. I decided to pick up a Skintimate shave gel. I don't know if the advertising worked on me, but they have one that comes in like a creamish bottle, and it's like a very moisturizing one, has like a shea butter complex to it. I've been using that and I really, really like that one. I think I'll stick to that one. This one, I didn't notice a big difference between using this and just using like soap, so I don't think I'll be repurchasing that. Next, I have a little mascara sample that it's been so long since I've had this and I really didn't enjoy it, so I just feel like I need to throw it away because first of all, it's probably expired and old. Second of all, I just don't like it. It's the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes. I like the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. That's actually one of my favorites, but the Flashes, it's one of those mascaras that some people love. So if this is your favorite mascara, I am so sorry, but it just did not work out for me. I found that it made my lashes look really stubby and just kind of short but fat. It helped a bit for volume, but they were just like these short little stubby lashes and it just didn't look right. Something looked really, really off. Also, the applicator on this, you can see here that's made out of plastic bristles. The plastic on this is so hard and like so pokey that it felt like I was jabbing knives into my lash line. It just was so uncomfortable to use and I really didn't like it. I used it as a bottom lash mascara for a while, so I did get, you know, a pretty good amount of use out of this. That's always what I do with mascaras I don't like. I'm just like, whatever, it'll become my new bottom lash mascara because obviously almost any mascara can work on your bottom lashes. But I liked it for the bottom lashes. Would I repurchase it for that? No, this is not a mascara that I will ever be purchasing because it just didn't work for me. Moving on to a self-tanner, this is the Suave Visible Glow Self-Tanning Body Lotion in medium to tan skin tone formulation. I love this stuff. I use my Fake Bake about once or twice a week, and then to kind of maintain that tan, I will then use this kind of daily just as my body moisturizer. If I feel like my skin is really dry though, I will use like my Bath & Body Works triple, what are those, like the triple moisture body lotion creams. Now I'm talking about those that come in the tubes, not the one that comes in like the little bottle. It's like triple moisture something one another. I use those like on days where it's like my skin is really dry, but just to maintain a really, really great looking tan, I love this. This alone will build up some color. It's not going to be as much as like a full-on self-tanner just because it's meant to be gradual, it's meant to be really light, but if you are looking for something like that, then this is perfect. I like this way more than the Jergens one that I was using for years. I like the smell of it a lot more. It has a very florally scent that really just kind of dissipates into nothing, and then it doesn't smell like anything, which I really like. I found that the Jergens one, although initially it didn't really smell like anything, as it sort of developed and sat on my skin, it started to get that self-tanner smell, that really kind of like weird sweaty scent that I just hate. So I like the smell of this more. I like the color this gives me more. I feel like it's a little bit more natural looking, and I just like how quickly it sinks in my skin. It's just really amazing stuff, and I have already repurchased this. I have a full one in my bathroom right now. It's so inexpensive and it's so great. It's supposed to be comparable to the Saint Tropez. I've tried the Saint Tropez now and I do not like the Saint Tropez Gradual Self Tanner. It smells like bug spray. I don't really find that it gives me a lot of color. This stuff I think beats, you know, Saint Tropez's ass. I love this. So if you are looking for a good gradual self-tanner, look into the Suave one because it's actually really amazing. It's really weird because I was really skeptical about that stuff. All right, next we have a dry shampoo which is completely empty. This is the Salon Graphics Play It Big Dry Shampoo in the shade Brown. I freaking love this stuff so much. I have a full one, like this is the little travel size. I bought the big size and again it's in my bathroom right now. I find that this stuff really soaks up all the oil, all the grease, all the nastiness, gives my hair the look of, you know, first day fresh hair, but it gives my hair also, if I'm wanting to do like a messy bun, that texture where it's not going to be super slick and like super, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you first wash your hair, it's really hard to do anything with your hair except for maybe straighten it or curl it, because if you try to put it up, it just doesn't really like to stay up. This gives my hair that little bit of a texture, but yet when I run my fingers through my hair, it's not gritty or it doesn't feel like I have product in there. It is the best dry shampoo I've ever tried. I think it's 100 times better than the Batiste. I like it more than the Trust Me ones I've tried. Almost every single drugstore dry shampoo that I've tried, which I have tried quite a bit, this is by far my favorite, and I think it's one of the least expensive. The scent is just so nice. It's a very clean scent. There's no like really like florally notes or like anything to it. It's just a nice clean, like I just washed my hair scent. So I love this stuff so much, and I will definitely continue to repurchase it. Next I have a body lotion in here. This is the Olay, and I'm realizing this video is going to be way too long, so I'm sorry. This is the Olay Quench Daily Lotion. This is one of my favorite lotions that's just, you know, it's not going to be as hydrating as like a body butter per se, but it is very nourishing. It sinks in well to the skin, and I notice such a big difference when I'm using this compared to when I'm not. In fact, I really miss this stuff. I almost like it more than the Bath & Body Works Triple Moisture Body Creams. I'm hoping that I'm getting that title right. I feel like they're called something totally different, but anyway, those things. I like it more just because the texture's thinner, but I find that I still get like the same amount of moisturization from it. It's just such an amazing moisturizer. I love the scent. Again, it's just a very like, oh, it's just a wonderful, clean, there's really nothing to it. It's just a clean, like I just got out of the shower scent. I just really enjoy this stuff, and I will definitely be repurchasing this once I run out of my current Bath & Body Works body moisturizer. But anyway, this is good stuff. If you're looking for just a good body lotion, definitely check this out. It's very inexpensive, and it moisturizes very well without leaving your skin greasy. Speaking of Ulta Premium Round Cotton Pads, I go through these things like crazy. I have since started to use the Cotton Squares just because they are a better value. You get like 200 of them for like the same price. You only get 80 in these, and I find that I go through these so quickly because I use about 3 of them a day, and then when I'm, you know, removing nail polish, I'll use like 3 or 4, so I just go through them so quickly. I found that the Cotton Squares are a much better value for me just because I have them for a longer amount of time, but regardless, those are good. I would definitely repurchase them if I ever decide I'm sick of the squares. We have a Dove Purely Pampering Pistachio Cream and Magnolia Body Wash. Everybody has been talking about this. The scent of this is so just, oh, it's just lovely. It's sweet, it's somewhat floral, and it's girly without being like too sugary and like too kind of fake, kind of perfumey scent. It's just lovely, and I find that it really does kind of linger on the skin a little bit after you showered, so I really like that. And with all the Dove Purely Pampering Nourishing Body Washes, they are so moisturizing, and for me that's really important because my skin dries out so quickly. Like I said, it's really sensitive, so it's just really prone to getting dry and getting flaky, so I really love this stuff. This exact one sitting in my shower right now because I actually purchased like the double pack of this, and I really like it. Like, it is my favorite body wash I've ever tried. Alright, we're getting on to the little tiny stuff. I have this Nug face masks. It's the Shea Butter and Chamomile Extract one. You can find these at Target, and they're a little bit expensive. They're like $3 for this tiny little thing. Granted, you can kind of see here that I tried taping it to get more uses out of it, and if you do that, you can get about 2 uses out of the mask, but I still think that spending $3 for like a little mask like this to only get 2 uses out of it is sort of, it just seems a little bit expensive to me, considering like the Freeman masks are like $6 and you can get like 15, 20 uses out of those. So I will not be repurchasing these. I didn't really find that it did a whole lot for my face. It made my face soft, but no more than like my moisturizer would. So I don't know. I'm not really into these. They're cute, which is sort of what drew me into it, but I wouldn't repurchase it. A Wet n Wild nail polish that I don't know if you guys can kind of see here, but I've just completely demolished this thing. This is the color Shield. It's from the Wet n Wild. It was like a line that they had a while of the Craze. It's very old, so I don't know if you can even find this anymore, but it is such a beautiful color. This sort of a bronzy, shimmery, taupey color I never thought that I'd be into, but for some reason I found myself using this nail polish more than any other nail polish, so I really need to like take this into Ulta and try to find like a dupe through like, you know, OPI or China Glaze or something, because it's such a beautiful shade, and I really like the way it looked on my nails. It was so beautiful. If you sort of just put any sort of a color down, just a creamy color, and then did sort of like an ombre effect with this, it was just so pretty. So yeah, I love this, and if I could repurchase it, I would, but I'm pretty sure it was limited edition and you just can't find it anymore. Next I have this base coat from Sinful Colors. I really do like this stuff. Right now I'm using the Revlon base coat, which I think they've actually discontinued because they came out with their whole like gel line, which is really sad, but this is a really good one, and so this is one that maybe when I'm done with my Revlon one, I would consider repurchasing. Since, I mean, I've completely used this thing up too, and I used it up quite a while ago. It wasn't until I did my whole nail polish purge that I, you know, discovered that it was actually empty. So I don't really remember too well exactly how this compares to the Revlon one. So once I run out of my Revlon one, I will definitely consider repurchasing that if I'm not interested in trying something new. And then my final makeup product, I really wasn't like a huge makeup empties month. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter in the shade number 230. I love this stuff. This is my favorite drugstore concealer that I have ever tried. I think that it is so comparable to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer that, I mean, I love the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it'd be so hard for me not to have that because it's so, you know, high coverage, but yet it's not super matte, and it works well over spots, and it works well under the eyes. This is kind of that same exact thing, and I don't know, when I run out of my NARS one, it will definitely be a bit of a dilemma for me. I'll really have to consider whether I want to spend the money on the NARS one or just get this, because this is so similar. Texture-wise, it's got that, you know, kind of liquidy consistency that's not too liquidy. It still maintains a little bit of creaminess. Again, it works well over spots because it's not like super glowy and like so hydrating that sort of pronounces the spot, but yet under the eyes it's not really drying where it starts to crease and it starts to crack and it makes your under eyes look horrible. It's just that perfect in-between consistency, and that's what I love about the NARS one. So if you are curious, you know, to try the NARS concealer but you just don't really want to spend the money on it, give this a try because I find them to almost be identical, really. They're really, really good. This also has a little brush tip on it, which I know some people don't like stuff like this because it's kind of unhygienic, and I can understand that, but if you're just careful and maybe apply it to the back of your hand first before you just go in on your face and do it, I think you can kind of avoid that problem. So I really like this stuff. Yes, I would definitely consider repurchasing it. The coverage is great, the finish is fantastic, and the price is really good as well. Alright, we are almost done. Just a few products to go. Finished the Maybelline Clean Express Makeup Remover Wipes. I've talked about these in literally every single Empties video. It is just such a good product. It really does remove all my makeup. I've noticed since I started using my Garnier cleansing oil though that it doesn't remove the makeup as well as that, at least as quickly. I mean, it does remove it, it just requires a little bit more time. So I'm going to kind of stick to cleansing oils for a while, I think, and just kind of maybe try different cleansing oils and kind of see what that whole thing is about. So far I've been really enjoying the Garnier ones, so I might kind of steer away from wipes for a while just so I can sort of, you know, introduce myself into the whole cleansing oil, cleansing balm thing. But if you are into makeup wipes, these are the best that I've ever tried, and they're very inexpensive. They're from Maybelline, which I know sounds really weird, but they work really, really well. Okay, last two things. I have a CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion. This is the PM one. Love, love, love this stuff. This stuff is so much better than any other type of a moisturizer I've ever tried. It is just so hydrating without making my face greasy or making it look shiny or oily. I know it says PM on it, but don't think that that means it's very thick. It's actually very gel-like in consistency, so I find that it works well for me during the morning and the night. It's just the moisturizer I use every day. Like I said, AM, PM, doesn't matter. I use it twice a day, and I love it. I really find that it provides good moisture to my skin without making me again look oily, and there's just nothing bad to say about it. It doesn't break me out. It's just really, really good stuff. There's some really amazing ingredients in here as well, so I think that if you have sensitive, acne-prone skin, you definitely need to give this a try. There's no like acne medication or anything in it, but I find that sometimes that's almost better because that way you're not being really harsh on your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. I think that if you have very, very dry skin, you may find that this isn't moisturizing enough for you, but if you have combination to normal to dry skin, I think you'll really like this. I think even oily skin people could give this a try because, like I said, it doesn't make you look greasy at all. So love that stuff. And then finally, a little Wallflower from Bath & Body Works. This is in the scent Oceanside. This is the scent that I keep in Bryce's and I's bedroom because it's kind of masculine-y. I mean, it's not like super masculine like cologne, but it's like a very beachy kind of like, it definitely has more of like a masculine tone to it than it does a feminine tone. So it's really nice because that way our apartment isn't smelling too girly, but it's not smelling like too manly either, which I'm not really into. So it's a great, great scent. If you happen to live with your boyfriend, or I don't know, if you're married and your boyfriend is always complaining or your husband is always complaining about how girly all the scents you use are, give Oceanside from Bath & Body Works a try because because I think that it's pleasing to females, but it's also not going to annoy your male friend and make them smell like a flower. So really, really good scent. And yeah, I would repurchase this because it's really, really awesome just kind of in the spring and summertime. As we get into fall and winter, I might crave more of like a pumpkin-y scent, but definitely for spring and summer, I've been really enjoying this. All right, guys, and that is it. This has been way too long. I do apologize. I remember specifically saying at the beginning of this video, I did not want this to turn into a 20-minute long video, but alas, here we are. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you found this helpful. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.